Field modifications, the newest and latest feature which might be the biggest double-edged sword ever. My name is RagingRaptor and today I want to discuss this topic. There won't be any fancy graphics like I usually do with PowerPoint. The thing is, I have very little time because of finals. And this feature is big. Quick little info. This feature was tested like 4 months ago, where I was invited with some other content creators to try it out and give some personalized feedback to tell them, yo, what is going to happen with this feature, what do we think, and what different build paths do we take, so they can see, are some things too OP, are some things alrighty. Already back then, there was an echo where people said, ooh, that might be a bad idea, making the game maybe a little bit too fast. Because the thing is, and this is why I said that in the title most likely, I don't know how the thumbnail is looking yet. The thing is, and we just have to keep that in mind. Right now, a lot of people are complaining that the games are too quick. I have a meme which is called 15-5 in 5 minutes. 15 people dead versus 5 people dead in around 5 minutes. Because that is your average World of Tanks game at the moment. To me, this feature just feels like a 15-3. In 3 minutes. That sounds poggers, right? And the thing is, I was actually closely monitoring the likes and dislike ratios of those videos. When the feature was released, I actually saw a lot of people writing, yo, that's a nice feature, yo, I want to see that, that's okay, yeah, cool. I might come back to World of Tanks seeing that, and that's pretty decent like ratios, you know, like 95%, which is good. I know from myself, I've around 95-98%, which I'm happy about. And suddenly it tanked. It looks like people started to understand the feature is not that good. So let's really quickly recap the feature. The video explains it decently, but it's a lot of mumbo jumbo about how great this feature is. The thing is, soon, if this feature comes, you will be able to level up your tank after it's being spaded or being elited, you know, and have everything unlocked. You're able to invest additional XP to get different tiers of level of modification. This stuff right down here. For every little level you get, goes from 1 to 8, you receive permanent bonuses. We can just really quickly look at this on the IS4 right here. It gets flat out 7% more hit points. This is your standard modification. If, for example, take, I don't know, a tier 8 heavy from the Ruski tree. Let's here, for example, let's give it up for the IS3. Just have to find it. There we go. It gets straight up 3% more hit points. No bonus, no Mali, nothing you have to pay for. You just get it. You just have to pay in EXP. Right now it's 28,000. Alright, I guess. That's it. This is the first thing. And with each level you get, the more of this you unlock right here, and this. This thing right here is being unlocked at level 1, at level 3, and at level 6. Level 1 allows you to have 2 different modes for your loadouts of consumables and shells. So you can have a tryhard setup and you can have a chill setup. That is great. Not gonna lie, that is great. You are allowed to change that in before the game. So that is pretty decent. Maybe we can just see it right here. No. It doesn't show us here. 3 types of modification. No, we want to see it in-game. But the thing is, I just can't find it. Whatever. Let's forget about that, right? You saw the video, I saw the video. Should be fine. The thing is, it allows you just to get the perfect thing you want in the 30 seconds. A gold spam loadout with everything premium consumables or none. That's fine. That's totally fine. Especially I'm a person which likes to min-max, get the maximum out of my games with paying the least amount. So maybe when I see, oh, there is only... I most likely will just use it to judge if I want to use a big repair medkit or a small medkit. That's probably the only thing I will be using. Because are there 3 RDs? Big medkit. Are there no RDs? Small medkit. Easy as that. Quite simple. Then you have this one right here, which allows you to have an alternate configuration of your equipment and directives. They said that this is an amazing feature for everybody because it allows you to adjust to the map. Again, if there are more RDs on your heavy tank, you might take a spall liner. And if you are, I don't know, a light tank on Malinovka, you decide to take, I don't know, suddenly a passive scout setup. And it's amazing and amazing. And this is my first big problem. Right now, we already don't have a very balanced matchmaker, to say the least. And it's in no one's intent at Wargaming to fix that. What do you mean with unbalanced? I don't mean +-2, that's bullshit anyway. The thing I mean is that good players fight versus bad players, stock tanks fight versus elite tanks. That is what I mean with unbalancedness. So now, imagine the same scenario. You recently got your badge at 12T. You keep on grinding it right now. It's nowhere near close to being elite because you have to grind out 2 tech trees, really, to get it, you know? It might not be your favorite tank. And suddenly, you have in the enemy team your amazing gamer with 3,000 games in the ELC, even 90. He is a god gamer, and he has 2 loadouts. One for city maps, where he usually uses Wens, a stabilizer, and maybe optics, or maybe, I don't know, GLD? Who knows? Could be an option for city maps, you know. And then he has this awesome epic unspottable loadout with binoculars, with CVS, and obviously with the camo net, so he can just stand in the bush and be god gamer. Meanwhile, you, in your grinding Bacha 12T, yeah, on Malinovka, you can basically go hang yourself. That is basically how it is, because you're simply sitting there and like, yeah, fuck. That is how I feel. Because I have used, I'm using now Wens, optics, and a stabilizer. I can't use a rammer, I'm an autoloader, and I have to take something which I can use on both maps, you know? If I want to be in a city, I want to be able to shoot at people, and if I want to be in an open field, I want to spot some people, you know? Yikes! Imagine you're the only scout of your team. You might even be higher skilled than the enemy, by quite a bit, but it doesn't matter, because he plays the tank more, has his ability, has his perfect setup for this specific map. While on other maps, if you're fighting against him as well, he has another better setup than you have. That is a big dent why I think that this feature could lead to even quicker games and even more decisive games. Yikers. Then we can talk about this 6th modification, which allows you to enhance one of your other slots. When the Bond, the Bond Turbo was announced with the ranked 10 versus 10, and I told you that I don't like it, I already knew that this feature was planned. So I basically had to say that the Bond Turbo is bullshit, and now we have this, which basically relieves the Bond Turbo a little bit from its pressure, but basically they both introduce a problem which you shouldn't have. Chieftains going 54 kph, 21-ish HP per ton ratio, 260s going to 70 with 26 HP per ton ratio. Yes, look, the thing is about this 2nd modification. In a competitive environment, it shouldn't make too big of a difference because everybody's going to use Bond Turbo anyway, if there is need for a turbo. But there are some other tanks where you maybe don't want to introduce turbos. Bond Turbo, you know, it's still 5,000 bonds, which is quite a lot of grinding to get. Then you have this, which suddenly gives every heavy tank a mobility slot. Doesn't matter if it's a Rhinoceronte, Super Conqueror, 277, doesn't matter. They all get the same amazing speed buff without any penalties. That's bad. That's bad. On the other hand, I do want to say, on the other hand, this feature is great to kind of try and close the gap between people which are using bounty and bond equipment and people which are just using normal equipment. I do want to point that out. It kind of can narrow the gap between players which are not competitive and do not invest time in clan wars, in ranked, etc., to get slightly on the same level as competitive players. So that is actually quite decent about this. But it also opens the door to tanks which, for example, use equipment which do not have a specific counterpart which is there in bond or bounty. Like camo net. You can put a view range slot on a Stridswagen. 70% camo. Okay, sorry. 69. Nice. camo when stationary, 15% when shooting. That is a loads of amazing thing. And the thing is, usually when I'm playing on Stridswagen, or when I've played it for free marking before bounty equipment and stuff like this existed, I used Vents, Binos, and the Rammer. So now with this system, I can still use this. I can use the Rammer in the firepower slot to have more DPM, and use the view range slot for the Binos, and suddenly I have like 20-40 meters more view range, which allows me to have better camo breaking. Is this really a good idea? I don't know. I genuinely don't know. I really don't know. Again, it's a double-edged sword. That's the second topic which I was thinking of making a title into this video. It's a double-edged sword. And now, let's talk about the dual modifications. The big selling point of those dual modifications is that you basically have to pay for something, for a trade-off. You can't just get only goodies. You always have to pay with a trade-off. The thing is, for example, the 279 early here gets flat out 3% more hit points, flat out 4% more engine power. You don't have to pay for anything for that except for XP, obviously, but there's no minus attached to it. You just flat out get that. So in a competitive environment, yet again, you have to grind that out. You just have to have that. Otherwise, you will be at a disadvantage compared to the enemy. Now, let's have a look what we can get. Okay, who gives a shit about hull traverse? Let's take more suspension survivability and better terrain crossing capabilities, meaning we have better soft stats on the cracks, meaning we are faster in general. Accuracy or aim time, I don't know who gives a shit about accuracy, it's just minus 3%. Let's take the better aim time so we can snap a little bit more, because we don't use a stabilizer anyway. Oh look, who needs free range anyway on a heavy tank when we usually are in the city map? Okay, let's just take the engine power and, woo boy, buddy, what is that? We have now 9% more horsepower. That's a speedy heavy tank. Yeah, who gives a shit about aim time? Oh wait, look, we already have this. We are now losing 3% accuracy and 7% turret traverse speed, but we get 4 kph better top speed. That's a speed 279. And in theory, we could put a turbocharger in with, I don't know, a turbocharger. Making it even go faster. And then we can say, oh, you know what? We get 3% more hit points anyway. I don't think those 2% will make a difference. I just take the better accuracy on the move to kind of compensate for a little bit the worse accuracy in general. So basically our trade-offs are aim time, which we already compensated. Less hit points, but we actually get more hit points anyway, 1%. Okay, turret traverse, yes. View range, yes. Accuracy, yes. But for that we get, I don't know, better horsepower. Even more horsepower. 4 kph more top speed. Like, that is absurd. That's genuinely absurd. You basically, you would just cherry pick the best thing all the time. And the minuses or the mali you get for those things are so small, so minor, that what's even the point? What's even the point to make minuses when they are negligible? I think I butchered that word because I'm Swiss. So for example, let's take an RD. RD is cancerous, let's be honest, period. Oh, more horsepower? Oh no. Let's just take more accuracy because I'm most of the time stationary anyway. I know some RDs are moving and sometimes you use it, but stationary anyway. And please don't forget, we already have 3% better accuracy during hull and gun traverse anyway. Make that even better. Do we need more top speed? No. Actually, you know what? We can even say we don't even take any of these. Again, you don't have to take them if you don't want to. You are getting those space stats anyway. But for example, you could say, yeah, I actually do want a little bit more top speed, but I will be easier to be able to spot. Might be tough on maps like mines, for example, or cliff maybe. I don't know, but I think this is negligible, to be honest. But yeah, then we have dispersion on hull traverse versus dispersion on gun traverse. Again, we already have this right here. During movement of hull, we can basically take this. So we have this, for example, negated, but we still get 5% better gun traverse. Especially on the CGC, it's great because it has a huge gun arc. Oh yeah, accuracy 3%, bah, not important. Let's have 3% quick reload time. 3% more DPM. This one is amazing. 10% more hit points, less stun duration. Who gives a shit? Let's just take a quicker aim time. You know, let's be honest. This thing, if I'm not right, I think it has 550 hit points. So with this, we would lose 55% hit points. 55 hit points. So we would be at around 495 hit points. I guess that will be one-shotable to AG suddenly, which is fine, I would say. While meanwhile you get 3% quicker aim time on a gun which is quite long aim time. I don't get it. Like, the thing is, the minuses you basically pay for are in many cases what we've looked at not important or forgettable, because they are stats which are either good anyway or you never use them. Oh my god, I will have 8% longer stun duration. Oh my god, in a mostly stationary target or tank I will be suddenly slower. Oh no, 3% less energy horsepower. Oh my goodness, what am I going to do? You know? Oh no, I'm a little bit less accurate, but I'll shoot faster. And I'm more accurate during... I don't know. I generally don't know. It just feels bad for the game. Because, and that's the thing, it enables good players to be even better. It widens the skill gap even more. So yeah, it's bad. One last thing, just want to show you, is the light tanks, because those are loads of fun. Let's have a look at the Panhard Ebr, or the all-time favorite wheelie boy. Okay, so the engine power is... Okay, like, let's just look. It has 6% better hull traverse. I don't understand this, because this thing, I guess, turns them even tighter, even more unrealistically. Whatever. Let's take more top speed. The engine is powerful enough anyway. Like, you reach top speed very easily. You could say, you know what, I would go for less reload time, you know, because accuracy doesn't matter. Let's be honest here. Oh, less HE damage from RD. Or more reverse speed. Let's take more reverse speed. Who gives a shit about getting hit by RD? You're an wheelie boy. You have to go quick anyway. If you get hit by RD, whatever. This one actually might be interesting, because some people actually do enjoy ramming in Clan Wars. So maybe you take this, or you just say, you know what? I'm just taking reload time. You know what? Here we have some useless stats anyway, which hardly matter most of the time. So you know what? We have now quicker reload time. We have again quicker reload time. But you know what? Let's just take more accuracy, you know. So suddenly we don't really have a minus, you know. Oh, and this one is amazing. This one is a no-brainer. Assault kit, who gives a shit? I'm literally keep getting spotted or getting unspotted half a second quicker, which could be a pretty big difference, and the enemy is getting spotted half a second longer. That's a no-brainer. I think with all the modules in this direction, you can in theory get around 4.5 seconds longer spot time than the enemy, if I'm not mistaken, with the equipment and these skills. Or it should be around 3 seconds minimum. It's stupid. That's genuinely stupid. I don't know. The thing is, again, in competitive scenarios, this is mandatory. You have to, if you want to be successful in Clan Wars, you have to get everything of those. 5 tanks, around 300,000 XP on every single tank. So if this feature comes, the first few days you will see 2 907s, Chieftains, 279s all the time. Very often. I'm pretty sure in random battles. Have fun. We'll see more RD, because the RD players have to grind out this shit as well. I don't know, it's... And the other thing is, you know, this one right here, this has cost 150,000 credits. So for example, let's say, you know what, I want to try this out, pay 150k, and you know what, I want to try the other one out. You remove it, pay 150k to get the other one, and you're like, no, I like the other one more, so you switch again. 450,000 credits wasted. I know this is supposed to be a time and credit sink. That is the whole idea of this. But, come on, just make it once 200,000 so I can mix and match and try things out. Seriously, what the hell, VG? Just make it convenient for the user if you want to introduce something very inconvenient and very much balance breaking. And I didn't look at a Chieftain which can go 54 kph and is quicker than a 140 on the hill on fucking mines with the turbo. What? It's stupid. Just stupid. And I'm so annoyed that lately I feel like I'm a fucking nagging Nancy all the time about World of Tanks, but oh my days, penetrating with HE rounds, such a great success, such a great idea. What you're going to get will be fun to get one-shotted air left and right by stage 2s, which are camping 400, 500 meters away, poggies. And now this, which on one hand cuts you by shortening a gap between bound equipment and normal equipment, which is great. On the other hand, it makes tanks even stronger, and it makes the tanks in, well, good players' hands even stronger with those bonuses which they can tailor towards their tanks, and obviously the equipment they can choose right before the game. Oh my god, I don't know. Let me know in the comment section below what you think about this system, but oh my days, I do not like it. I like, if I would do this system, and the thing is, you see that they try to recycle things they already did. This thing right here is literally what Equipment 2.0 was. We already discussed it. Scrap all this crap up here, introduce this, and maybe introduce several one of these, which you can decide before the game starts. Not in the 30 seconds before you click the RNG or the battle button. Then we might have a deal. Wargaming. And also Wargaming. Why do you need to do this? Why does it need to have always some bonuses? Why not give us the ability to say, I want to put whatever crew I want into this tank when I reach the highest level, for example. Maybe say, if you play this tank a lot, you maybe pay 1% less repair cost and 1% more credit gain. It's not much, but it rewards you for playing the tank. Yes, you might argue, but then it could break the in-game economy, and apparently the in-game economy is broken when we could buy the T-22 medium for 80 million plus, and a lot of people actually did that, you know? Or the minimum bet was 45 million. There was loads of credits still in the game in the circulation. I still have already like 45 again. I don't know, but in this iteration, and I feel like it will be coming like this, I don't like it. And it's very, very bad. Very bad. But yeah, my name is RagingRaptor. Sorry for the long video. Have fun, and let me know in the comment section below what you think about this. And please, write your feedback in the forums about this topic. That's the things which the community manager is telling us, and I want to relate to you. Thanks for watching. Cheers, and I'll see you around.